Rafael Fiziev's plans have hit a major roadblock. Despite calling for a BMF fight against Charles Oliveira after his impressive win over Manuel Torres, reputable MMA outlet Submission Radio reports that the UFC has no plans to make that matchup. The promotion believes Fiziev still needs a couple more wins before earning another shot at the lightweight elite, meaning a top 5 opponent is off the table for now. It's a frustrating setback for Fiziev, who was hoping his latest victory would immediately push him back into the title conversation. Rafael also opened up about the mental side of his comeback, revealing that Justin Gaethje's victory over Ilia Topuria had a huge impact on him personally. He admitted he had lost belief in himself after 2 losses to Justin, but watching Gaethje pull off that performance gave him his confidence back and reminded him that anything is possible at the highest level.
Fizzy wants a BMF title shot. It ain't gonna happen. Him versus Charles Oliveira. I feel like he still needs to pick up a couple of wins before that happens. Also, Charles Oliveira, after his fight with Max Holloway, I feel like people would feel like he would just take him down or whatever and just dominate him on the ground. But there are a lot of great fights there in the division for him, man. Like a lot of legends that would make a lot of sense. Who do you think Fizzy should fight next? I mean, I was just talking to Dan Hooker, who is adamant the UFC will not put him up against another older guy. But I guess Fizzy's 33,
yeah,
so
why
you
not?
Get a few more years out of him.
That would be a fight that makes sense to me. I mean, you can also see Quillen Salkhild, I think, is somebody who's now in a position to face a guy like Fiziev. You can see what Tom Nolan's got. I mean, Tom Nolan's ranked now. That would be a matchup that would make sense to me. There's a lot of good matchups, really, for Fiziev. The rematch with Gamrot, I mean, there was a kind of a fluke injury that ended that one.
Veteran MMA coach Ray Longo has revealed that Ian Garry has a significantly better chance of defeating Islam Makhachev than most people believe. Longo emphasized that Gary's entire striking game is uniquely built on elite footwork. This constant movement serves as his primary line of defense, keeping him out of range and making it extremely difficult for Makhachev to successfully drag him into the dreaded clinch. While Longo sees a clear path to victory for the challenger, John Jones sees the matchup very differently.
I'm going with Islam because he has a wrestling background, and it's hard to beat wrestlers. So Islam, he may just be one of the greatest fighters in the world right now. It's me and maybe him. So I encourage him to keep going.
Garry himself remains incredibly confident. The Irish contender firmly believes he is the absolute trickiest opponent possible for Islam. He stated that he feels it in his heart that Team Khabib knows exactly how dangerous he is stylistically, suggesting that this deep concern over his unique skill set is the exact reason why Islam has been calling out other fighters like Carlos Prates, Michael Morales, and even Kamaru Usman, instead of eagerly accepting the challenge.
Gary's been talking about the wrestling for the last couple of years, so he's 1,000,000% putting the time in. He's a huge welterweight, which is going to pose a problem. I think he's got an awkward style. He's got, he moves a lot, and he seems to find a way to win fights. So I think this is a really tough matchup for Islam because of the size and the fact that he's had you kind of know what's going to happen. And I'm interested to see how that plays out. But this will be, I think, a really true test of where Islam is as a welterweight, because this kid's huge. He is a big welterweight.
It's further complicated for Islam Makhachev because of that length that you talked about as well, Ray. This is a guy who's like 6'3", 170 pounds. Yeah. He can use those long-range weapons, be it the teep down the middle or the kicks upstairs or those long jabs, to keep Islam frustrated and maybe force him into some bad shots.
Khamzat Chimaev's team has just provided a major update on the long-discussed Sean Strickland rematch, and it looks like the fight could happen much sooner than many expected. After losing the middleweight title, Dana White revealed that Khamzat had told him he planned to move up to light heavyweight. But according to the latest comments from Chimaev's team, those plans have taken a back seat. The former champ is now fully focused on getting another shot at Strickland, with the rematch becoming his top priority. Speaking to Russian outlet Low Kick MMA, Chimaev's representatives confirmed that an official rematch offer has already been sent to the UFC and Strickland's side, saying, "We've officially submitted the rematch offer and are just waiting to lock in the exact date." The ball is in Strickland's court now, but expect this rematch to go down before the end of the year. If the fight gets signed, it would put Khamzat's move to 205 on hold, at least for now. As things stand, all eyes are now on Sean Strickland, and whether he accepts what could become one of the biggest rematches of the year. Let's dive into Bisping's reaction to all of this.
Khamzat, as a fighter, doesn't want to leave that one fight sitting there with the world to remember. He doesn't want to be seen as a guy that ran away to another weight class because he couldn't beat Sean Strickland, okay? As a man, as a fighter that prides yourself on your fighting ability, and when you've dedicated your entire life to this, of course, that stings. You want to get that one back. But the reality here is that the bad performance, even though I thought it was a good fight, and it was a split decision, and honestly, it could have gone either way. A lot of people thought Khamzat should have won. A lot of people thought Sean should have won, okay? It was really close. Do you value the strikes, the less insignificant strikes of Sean, the jabs, or the bigger shots, even though there wasn't quite as many of Khamzat Chimaev? Yeah, he got takedowns early in round one, but he didn't really do much with it, and he didn't do any damage. And then after that, we didn't really see any takedowns because his body did shut down at the end of the second round. Ultimately, all of that responsibility and all of that blame rests on Khamzat.
Tom Aspinall has officially joined the growing wave of criticism directed at veteran referee Herb Dean. After watching another weekend of controversial officiating where blatant fouls went completely unpunished, Aspinall took to social media to voice his frustration, stating that MMA does not have rules anymore. It just has suggestions. Meanwhile, Alex Pereira is still furious over Dean's handling of his recent loss to Cyril Gane. When a Brazilian MMA critic took to Instagram to question if the former two-division champion was taking his constant complaints against the referee a bit too far, Pereira immediately fired back. "You sit in your chair talking nonsense waiting for me to respond like now, to make a video of my response to get engagement. Man, my biggest concern right now is knowing how I'm going to protect the money I earned just in this fight. I found out if the money stays in a single account and the bank goes bankrupt, the insurance gives me a low amount, so I'm trying to find a way to leave the money in one account, or have the work of opening more than 50 different accounts." Josh Thompson and Big John weighed in on Pereira's future at heavyweight. Let's dive in.
With Alex, I think he'll be back. Whether he goes to 205 or he stays at heavyweight will yet to be seen. I honestly think he'll probably stay at heavyweight. I think that he'll spend this time just kind of eating normal, training normal, and not having to worry about anything but just getting in the gym and trying to get better. And I think you're going to see a better Alex the next time around. The question is, who do you see him fight though? Now that he's lost.
Well,
who at heavyweight?
I mean, if you want to have a good, stylistic fight and say, all right, here's who I'm going to put you against. I honestly I'd put him against Volkov. Alexander Volkov he's 6'7". He's a big, long, rangy guy, but he likes to stand up. He doesn't wrestle a whole lot. And so I'm going to give Poatan the chance of, all right, let's see how you do against a big heavyweight. He's big, but he's not real fast. So speed-wise, it's not going to be a real contest or anything like that.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on bell notifications to make sure you never miss daily MMA news.